Welcome back to Cross Country. So as we talked about already tonight, it's no secret some Democrats are looking for an alternative to Joe Biden for 2024. But honestly, what are their options? Vice President Kamala Harris? Well, she's failed at every task she's been given during this administration. You got RFK Jr. and Marianne Williamson. They're the president's actual opponents, but the Democratic Party won't let them debate or replace them. But this week, Stephen A. Smith made headlines after saying the quiet part out loud and revealing who the left could select as this younger, cooler alternative.
I personally believe if it wasn't for these damn high taxes out here in California, I would be a Gavin Newsom supporter. I've never seen, since Biden has been president, anyone on the liberal side that has been more forceful, more convincing, and more defying against the right than Gavin Newsom.
So everyone knows I like Stephen A. Smith. He's one of my favorite people on television, and it's clear why he's bringing up in the first place. Joe Biden is simply not equipped for another term. He has repeatedly let Americans down, and the concerns over his age and acuity are valid, but that's where our agreement ends. Well, that and the part about those high taxes in California, but that only scratches the surface of what Gavin Newsom leadership looks like. In Gavin Newsom's California, a homeless crisis runs rampant, making up nearly 1/3 of the entire American homeless population. In Gavin Newsom's California, criminals are emboldened and victims are afraid. Not to mention people are leaving in droves instead of growing. Experts estimate the same population today will be the same in 2060. I've seen California struggle firsthand, visiting city after city that's fallen into what can only be described as chaos and disarray. That's what Gavin Newsom does in California. Is that really what we really want for our country? I want to dive deeper into the crime problem that's plaguing this country, but California especially, retail theft is driving businesses out while criminals go unpunished. It all comes back to the state's law, Prop 47, that turns some property crimes into misdemeanors. If the value of the stolen property is below $950, so petty criminals can steal in stores without consequences. My next guest is a Democrat, has finally said enough is enough, and it's time to undo the damages this policy has caused. David Canepa is the San Mateo County Supervisor, and he joins me now. David, thanks so much for joining the program. You're a Democrat. You said enough is enough. Why now?
Look, I mean, make no mistake about it. The issues that we face here in California, as mentioned, they need to be addressed. And one of the issues that needs to be addressed is retail theft. We cannot continue on to have people just run through stores, create chaos, and then steal $10,000 worth of goods. That is not the direction we want this state to go to. And as you mentioned, I'm a Democrat. We have a big tent. And what I'm encouraging other Democrats in the state legislature is to really look at how we can change this law. There isn't a day that goes by where we see people taking things, stealing things. We had in my district $3,300 worth of Legos stolen. And Lawrence, they weren't building a castle. So enough is enough. We need a new normal. We need a new paradigm. We need to make sure that when we go to our local stores, we can go to those stores and actually take something off the shelf. What I've seen and my experience is I have to wait 3 to 5 minutes to push a bell and for a clerk to come up and to get me something. That's not normal. We need to really look at what we're doing.
I don't mean to interrupt you, David, but I sincerely want to know who thought this was going to be a good idea to begin with? Like, how could this been good? Explain.
Lawrence, I thought it was a great idea. I supported it in 2014. And the reason I supported it was because I thought it was a compassionate approach, giving people a second chance, third chance, whatever it is. In retrospect, what people did was they've really taken advantage of this law. And that's why what we need to do on Prop 47 is to rescind that law. So I made a mistake. I think others made a mistake. Now it's time for us to move forward and move forward in a way where we value public safety. Public safety isn't a Democratic issue. It's not a Republican issue. It's a people issue. And so that's why I've been so outspoken on this. And I think there'll be others, Democrats,
I hope so.
In the state of California that will follow.
David, I hope other folks in California come to their senses on this issue. I know you're compassionate people, but there has to be some sort of law and order. Hopefully we can move on from this. Thanks so much for joining the program.
We have to, and thank you for your time, Lawrence.
You got it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.